Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. The world stops for El Clásico. Real Madrid hosts Barcelona this Sunday at the iconic Santiago Bernabéu. And once again, it's not just a game, it's the biggest fixture in world football. Both sides come into this game neck and neck, really on top of La Liga, separated by small margins. For Xabi Alonso's Madrid, of course, it is a statement game. It has to be a statement game. For Barcelona, it's all about being up top. But look, in this video, of course, we're going to break down teams four. We're going to talk about head-to-head record. We're going to talk about injuries, updates. We're also going to be talking about predicting lineup for Barcelona and for Real Madrid. So this is going to be big. This is going to be big, bro. I can't wait. This is going to be exciting. As always, before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know in the comment sections, what do you think is going to happen in this match? And also, what do you reckon about the lineup? Do you agree with it? You don't agree with it? Let me know. But let's start with the team's form. Okay, so you look at team's form here, starting with Madrid. Madrid coming to this flying high under Xabi Alonso. Really, Kairat completely destroyed them 5-0. Beat Villarreal. It was a close game, but we still managed to beat them. Getafe one is a tight match as well. We needed a red card to win that game. And also the Juventus game just 2-3 days ago, how close that was. Low. So really, to be honest, coming into this, Madrid have won 4 and only lost 1 La Liga match against Atletico Madrid, 5-2. That's the only blip we saw in terms of Xabi Alonso. That was the biggest test that he had. People talk about he can't win big games. And the first big game that he had against Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup, he failed big time. The second big game was against Atletico Madrid, and he failed big time. And now El Clásico is here. This is another opportunity for him to set the record straight. And if he does it, there's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of questions about that. But overall, Madrid, in terms of form, we're good. We're good. We've been winning games. We've been winning games, even though it might not be convincing. We've been putting W's on the board. As for Barcelona, they looked really shaky, I thought, against Girona. They had 3 wins and 2 losses, and that could easily have been 3 losses, to be honest with you. Yes, they smoked Olympiacos 6-1. The Girona match, Girona should have won that game 100%. Even if you ask Hansi Flick, he would tell you that. The Sevilla completely destroyed them. That stupid highlight, of course. And Paris Saint-Germain also exposed them. And they did win against Real Sociedad. But overall, I think this might be the first time in the history that both teams, or both fans, should I say, coming into this, not knowing what's going to happen. Who's the favorite? Who's going to win? Madrid have concerns. Barcelona have concerns. So you really don't know what is going to happen in this game. It's exactly 50-50 in my opinion, but I'm going to give you guys my predictions at the end. But in terms of head-to-head, right? You look at the head-to-head, the last 4 El Clásicos, they destroyed us. I mean, 4-3, 3-2, 5-2, and 4-0, and 2-1. That was a friendly match, but they completely destroyed us. But the funny part is before the 4 before that, we beat them 4-1, 2-1, 3-0, 4-0. So you really don't know, bro. You really don't know what's going to happen in El Clásicos. This is why we love the game. You can get anything. You really cannot predict what's going to happen in this game. In terms of teams news, okay, so let's quickly talk about who's available for Barcelona first here. As you can see, Koundé is a doubt, but I think he's going to make it. Garcia, I know for sure he's not going to play this game. Ter Stegen, he's out. Dani Olmo's also out. He's not going to make this game. Gavi's out. Rafinha was supposed to be fit. He pushed himself so hard to be available, but just saw the news today that he won't be making it. Fabrizio has posted that. That means he's not going to play. And Lewandowski is also out. So they're missing a lot of players, bro. They're missing a lot of players. This might be the easiest time to play Barcelona, to be honest with you. For Madrid, Rudiger is certainly out. Alaba is 100% out. But the rest have returned, to be honest. Carvajal has started training. Dean Housen has started training. And also Trent is back as well. So pretty much Madrid is in full force. Full force. All right, let's talk about predicted lineup, bro. Let's talk about predicted lineup. We're gonna start off with Barcelona, and then we're gonna take a look at the Madrid one. For Barcelona, right? In goal, of course, Szczesny has to start. I don't think we can doubt that. He's gonna be he's the only one available. Fullback positions, you could go either way. I've seen Eric Garcia play as a right back. Koundé also been playing as a right back, but definitely I think Koundé will be picked for this game. I thought he had decent games against Real Madrid for the past, I don't know, 3-4 El Clásicos. We've seen how well he's done on that side. Balde is back, so Balde will be playing in this position. Okay. Now, here's the interesting part. Are you going to go with Cubarsí and Eric Garcia? Are you going to go with Cubarsí and Araujo? What are you going to do? In my opinion, I think Araujo has been exposed a lot. Even though he had some decent games against Vinícius Jr., I think he's not going to start this match. I think it's going to be Cubarsí who can hold that high line and have the pace and have the intelligence to track back and not get exposed. Araujo has been making a lot of mistakes for Barcelona, not just this season, but last season as well. All Barcelona fans can tell you that. And I think it's going to be Cubarsí. I think it's going to be Cubarsí alongside Eric Garcia. And Eric Garcia is a big time player, by the way. He's a big time player because he's been key for Barcelona, scoring against Inter Milan, scoring against Real Madrid. This guy always scores a big goal, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes as well in the back. And I feel like Barcelona is going to go with that back four. In the middle of the park, I'm thinking they're going to go with Pedri and De Jong. If De Jong can make it, I don't think he can make it. But I think they're going to go with Pedri and De Jong. That has been the midfield consistently. I mean, you can either play Pedri on this side and De Jong on the other side. That can happen. Mostly, actually, this is how they play. So it is going to be like this. And you could argue Cubarsí usually plays on the right as well. So you could do this easily. Okay? And here's the interesting part, right? Here is the interesting part. You could go, obviously the best right wing right now is Lamine Yamal. It has to be. I mean, there's no debating that. He has been exceptional for Barcelona. He's going to keep that position. And on this side, it could be Marcus Rashford. And Lopez had one of those best games for Barcelona against Olympiacos as well. Fermin Lopez. Let me see. Well, I found him, okay? So Fermin Lopez. So I'm thinking this, bro. I'm thinking Fermin Lopez as a 10. You could use Pedri as a 10 and put Casado in the back. You could do that if you want to be conservative. Of course, the kid Fernandes has been starting as a number 10 for Barcelona for the past 2-3 games. But I feel like they're going to go with Fermin here. 100% I think they're going to go with Fermin here. And up top, it will be Ferran Torres. Rafinha can't make it. If Rafinha can make it, bro. If Rafinha can make it, you could easily see Marcus Rashford playing as center forward. And then you could put Rafinha on that position. But it's been confirmed that Rafinha is not going to be available. So that means this is the team that Barcelona is going to go with, I think. And it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a whole lot of battles in a whole lot of different positions, right? All right, let's quickly take a look at Real Madrid. And then we're going to talk about the tactics and what's going to happen in this game. All right, for Madrid, I'm going Courtois. Duh, right? Courtois on goal. I don't think we're going to have any debate in terms of who's going to be a left back. We know for sure Militao. So these guys consistently play, right? Without no doubt. Here's the question. Would you go with Asensio? Would you go with Dean Housen? And I'm going to go Dean. I'm going to go Dean here. I know Asensio had a really strong performance against Juventus, but if Dean is available, you know what? 100% I'm choosing Dean. And Carvajal and Trent might be available to be on the bench, but to start this game, I think it's a huge risk. I think it's a huge gamble to do that against Barcelona. Even just the fact that they haven't played a lot of minutes, you don't want to be doing that. So Valverde is going to keep his position on the right-hand side. I think this would be our back four. And look, CDM, we know Traoré is going to play. There's a lot of choice here, though. There's a lot of choice in these two positions, bro. You could go with Camavinga and put two CDMs, or you could go with two attack-minded players. Basically, what he did against Juventus was he put Bellingham on this side. And then he put Arda Güler on the other. So I feel like it's a risky move. It's an attacking lineup. But this is what I want to see. I don't want to be scared. We're playing at home. We should be proactive, not reactive. We should go all out and attack this weak Barcelona side right now, who is kind of, low down on confidence. We have to go after them. We can't just sit and play a counter-attacking game. We're playing at home. We need to be attacking. And I want Xabi Alonso to do this. He has to play Güler and Bellingham. Bellingham had the winning goal against Juventus, and Güler has been man of the match in that game. So you can't really bench either of those two. Xabi Alonso has told us that Güler can't play in a wing position. He told us that already. So in my opinion, he's going to start alongside Bellingham, and this is how we're going to line up. Vinny, of course, he is going to start. I thought Vinny had a really solid game against Getafe, and he was one of the stronger players in that match. Up front, of course, you already know, there's no debating this. Key, top scorer in La Liga, top scorer in the Champions League. This guy has been flying for Real Madrid this season. He started the season with some intent, and I'm seeing it. He wants to be the next CR7 in the club. And look, he could be that. There's a long way to go. He could be that. But right now, the way he started the season, I feel like he's been outstanding. And this is the biggest question. Who do you go with this position? Would you go Diaz or would you go Master Antoine? I'm going to say, believe it or not, I'm going to say Master Antoine. You know why? Because Master Antoine sat on the bench against Juventus. And a lot of players were saying that, a lot of fans were saying that he was rested. And even the media was saying that he was rested. He was trying to protect him for the El Clásico. Therefore, he is going to start El Clásico. And he also took out, Diaz in the 84th minute. I'm sorry, but if you think that Diaz is going to start this game, he would have taken him off a lot earlier than that. Like, for example, he took out Güler around 74th minute. He let Diaz play almost 90 minutes, and that tells me that he's not going to start El Clásico. And forget about Rodrigo. There's a lot of fans saying Rodrigo should start on the right-hand side. Rodrigo is not going to play on the right-hand side. I've seen Xabi Alonso use Rodrigo on the right once up until now, and that was, he didn't start the game like that. That was against Getafe when we were chasing the goal. It could happen, but starting a game with Rodrigo on the right is never going to happen. He's not going to start this game, and I think this is going to be the lineup for Real Madrid. And look, whether you agree or not, you guys let me know in the comment sections, but I feel like this will be the lineup, and it is going to be huge, bro. It is going to be big. Madrid obviously is going to try to control that midfield with Güler and Bellingham, but the key players for me, for Real Madrid, is Kylian Mbappé and Vinícius Jr. They need to have a really, really good game. Mbappé has been cooking, but Vinny is our main creative force. Yes, Güler has been creating chances, but Vinícius Jr. has to be dangerous, and we saw what he did, bro. We saw what he did against Juventus. Out of nowhere, he just dribbled two players and hits the post, and that's how we found a goal for Bellingham. So we need Vinícius Jr. really high in confidence and performing at the peak of his level. So that's what I'm expecting, and I think it's going to be a really, really good game from him. That's my expectation. And for Barcelona, right? You take a look at Barcelona. Where is it? Take a look at Barcelona here. Of course, Lamine Yamal, 17, 18 years old. He's still banging in goals. He's still hot and full. He can easily drop defenders. It's going to be a tricky task for Carreras to handle and deal with. Bro, deal with Lamine Yamal. That is going to be tough, bro. It is going to be tough. And that's another test for Carreras. You know, Carreras had a really solid season so far. But the one time he was tested against Atletico Madrid, he was crap. And this is another opportunity to show us how good he is if he can deal with Lamine Yamal. And it's going to be tough for him. And Pedri, this guy right here. Of course, he's the heartbeat of their midfield, right? Smooth, composed, and one of the best central midfields in Europe right now. But look, we can't let him control that midfield. Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Adra, they have to be on him. They cannot give him time and space in the middle of the park. So I'm looking forward to this. Really, really looking forward to this. But look, let me give you guys my prediction, bro. Okay, my prediction for this game, bro. I'm gonna say it's going to be intense. There's gonna be chances both ways, I feel like, in this game, and there's gonna be tactical battles. Alonso versus Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick never lost against Real Madrid, and there's gonna be some chaos as well. But with the crowd on our side, Santiago Bernabéu, you know, Mbappé is in hot form. And look, I'm calling it. I'm going to say Real Madrid 2, Barcelona 1. And I'm going to say Mbappé and Bellingham to get on the goal or to get on the score sheet. That's my prediction. Yamal maybe snatches one for Barcelona. That's my prediction. But whatever happens, right? Expect a lot of goals, expect a lot of drama, and it's going to be unforgettable moments, bro, because it's El Clásico. It's El Clásico. It always delivers. It's not one of those games you see in the Premier League. It's not going to be like that. Of course, we are watching the game live, and look, this Sunday, make sure you join us. We're going to be reacting to it. We're going to be doing the watch along 1 hour early, maybe an hour and a half. I will be there. Make sure you join us for that one. It's going to be huge. And as always, in the comment sections, if you enjoy this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And in the comment sections, like I said, put those predictions in your score prediction. What do you think is going to happen? And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all for watching. Hala Madrid. Peace.